We live in an age where those in power are openly using every weapon at their disposal to impose their will upon the future. Where the principles of authoritarianism and individualism stand in open conflict in the streets, in the courts, in the news, in everyday life. Where the choices we make and the choices that are made for us have consequences no one can foresee. You do not stand alone. You do not fight alone. You do not suffer alone. We are united. We resist. We are here with you. As long as there is a truth that remains hidden, as long as lies are spread openly, we will continue to speak out. We will continue to question. We will continue to be the united resistance.
Same thing we always do. Fight them until we can't.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is a wonderful Tuesday evening. And you know what that means. It's United Resistance time. And yes, we always fight them until we can't. We've got a great show tonight. I'm so jazzed for this. Got a great panel as well. So we're going to go around and introduce everybody here in a second. But first, as we always do, we give our shout outs to the chat. Say hi to everybody. And thank you so much for showing up. You know, God bless you guys. I really do appreciate it each and every week. All of you that come in and support and watch the show. So Tahilim's in the house. Hey, Tahilim, great to see you, sir. Dragon Master 360, what is up, my friend?
What up, what up?
The Clown World Review, what's going on, Tony? Tony Tone Depp in the house. We also got Keely Chow. How you doing, brother? Great to see you. Godzillionaire's here. Hail to our boy Godzillionaire. Phil TMNT is here. What up, Phil? Great to see Phil, of course. You know, most of the other people chatting are all on the panel. Like I said,
lovely Sherry.
We'll introduce
lovely Sherry. And
Lovely
Bone.
Sherry.
What about Bone?
Bone.
I think that is very significant
So
for
tell
the
me
show
what
and the
you
guest that we have
gonna
on today. It's always good to have Bone in the chat.
Hail and welcome to John Van. And welcome to Troy Pacelli. What's going on, Troy? Great to see you, brother. Of course, my dude from Twitter Spaces, Meddy's up in the house. Every week he's in here now. And yes, the lovely Sherry. How you doing, darling? Great to see you. Man, we have, we got a great audience tonight. And I love it because, you know, as I said, we got an awesome panel. I've got Tommy here with us. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective.
What up? Did you say we were going to be fighting or biting? Because if we're biting, I'm going to let the collective know to start taking off toes immediately.
No, we ain't fighting. We ain't fighting yet. I don't know.
Right, people, that means no teeth tonight. Take it easy.
Belts on the line.
Yeah.
Belts on the line.
Brahma Bull's in the house. It's great to have Brahma Bull here. As always, he's here every week. Also, one of the stalwart fixtures of this program is Etep, the People's Champ.
I am Etep Wakuian, It is I, it is he, it is me, P-double-D-E Temple Cooing from the place to be reviews. Right back here with all of yous, even you Orthodox Jews, L'chaim, the people's champion. Watch out for the medallions. My diamonds are reckless. It feels like a midget is hanging from my necklace. Good Tuesday night, everyone. Hail the chat.
And
Never fails to deliver.
And of course, in the center, we have our wonderful guest, which I will get to because we are going to give her the introduction of introductions. But I also want to say hello to Free Speech Gaming, and that is Steven. And of course, we've got a newbie on the panel, and it's not just our guest. That'd be Ryan, Legion Games 2076. Great to have Ryan.
We're gonna break this one in real good.
Appreciate it. With all the things going on, I feel like I should go. Finally,
The Rock has come back.
Yeah, I definitely noticed the names there. It's very nice, gentlemen. Very nice. And welcome to the very lovely guest who is her first time on as well. So
yeah, and we will, you folks may know our guest because you might possibly have seen her work.
Secrets.
Or you may know that she, you might just follow her on Twitter and know that she's a great patriot. Either way, she is the awesome in awesome sauce. She is just the cat's meow, and that is Alura Jenson.
Thank you. I'm a regular girl with a really cool job. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, and
you know what, Drew? I would just like to tell you, I think it was a very classy job that you didn't blow her up, because then everybody in the chat would have got whiplash.
Thank you. I see you. I see you. Place to be, Brady.
Yep.
And I see we got some other folks that jumped in the chat. Steven Ransom Cicino, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Netters Network, what up? Great to have you here. And of course, the awesome Toxic Man Flu.
Yeah, man. Everybody in the chat, remember, as always, be sure to share the links out there. Get this out to everybody far and wide on your social network of choice, because YouTube likes to suppress us through the algorithm, and especially since I'm here, because I am the most hated guinea pig on YouTube.
Really?
Oh, they despise me. YouTube
That's a badge
despises
of
me.
honor.
And John DeBelvis, what's up? Great to see you, sir. Thank you for being here. And guys, due to the fact that YouTube is kind of stupid. I'm still not monetized. I think I'm about 200 and some watch hours away yet. So if you do want to support, you like what you see, you want to support the channel, just use this exclamation point.
Exclamation.
Yes. Certainly.
Yeah,
Once again, good thing you got those Lysol wipes behind you, Drew. That's all I'm going to say.
It's early premature adulation early in the show, ladies and gentlemen.
and the empty bottle of Jack, which I did notice.
I saw that. I was like, Lysol wipes and an empty bottle of Jack. Something terrible happened here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
Something
good.
terrible. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
He cried and hurt himself to sleep.
If you use the exclamation point tip command, you get the my Stream Elements link to tip the show, and it's similar to super chatting. I will pull up the Stream Elements page at the end. We'll read off the any of the text that goes with the tips. So it'll be just like super chatting. But if you want to support the show, that's how you can do it. And I do appreciate it, folks.
Yeah, that's right, people. Just a tip, help them out.
I do have a question for you, Drew.
Mhm.
Do you sell merchandise? Do you sell like stickers or posters? Or
I actually also am Stream Elements. In my Stream Elements store, I actually do have T-shirts. Yes. So,
Okay. Would you send me that link so I could put that out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So, I am very, very glad to have everybody here. And we're going to get into, obviously, the biggest breaking news today. The president, he was talking this morning about the fact that he was going to ban Russian oil. And while I'm trying to sit there and figure out his incoherent speech, the
I thought it was the State of the Inshore address.
well,
Don't,
well,
don't talk about me, man. I pooped.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was going to say any speech for Biden's just, it's a win if he doesn't shit himself on camera.
Or fall upstairs.
Falling up.
Biden is a straight shooter. The guy gets it done every single time. One shot and it's over with. I mean, he's been taking tips from me. I think I have this pretty much nailed down. I'm going to work on my next movie. Everybody dies in 30 seconds.
So the other Tony, blue-eyed Rip Korean the base. Dear panel and viewers in chat, I know things seem bad now, but on the bright side, it's only going to get worse. Yeah, thanks.
Worse and worse.
We'll circle back to all that. We'll circle back to being good at some
We'll
point.
circle back. Yes.
A few times been around that track, but it's not just going to happen like that. She ain't no circle back girl. So,
We'll bring up the 25%
little Jen
inflation.
Psaki.
But Biden said that we were going to ban Russian oil, and he's like, his thing is he's going to release a bunch of oil from the reserves, but there was no time. He had the gall to say, "Hey, we're on the road to energy independence," and I laughed at that. Like, are you kidding me? Why are you not restarting Keystone? That's some energy independence.
Yeah, it was nice of him to ban
onshore
the
drilling.
Russian oil after he had already banned the American oil. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you
Onshore
start when you want to
drilling.
crush your economy. You start with your own people first. And I think it's so ridiculous that Jen Psaki was sitting there trying to say, oh, we're producing more oil than we've ever done before. Really? Then how come the prices have been steadily going up since he took office?
Go ahead, Alura. You were going to say something.
I was. So on his first 45 minutes in office, he closed down the pipeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then a bit of time later, he surrendered the air base in Afghanistan to some shit happened, and then China came in. They're like, well, this is ours now. So then they got the natural resources of the land, and then all of the shit about the lithium, the whatnot, and now Russia. So
yeah, I mean, but for him to have the gall to say, we're gonna go energy independent, and we're gonna have like all these.
No, he's a liar.
We're gonna increase electric resources for electric cars and everything else. And I'm sitting here like, everybody that drives a car in fucking America, where the percentage of electric cars is about maybe 5%, if that. Everybody else drives normal fucking vehicles.
So Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So how are they going to refuel all these cars if they want to try to steer away from natural resources? Because you know what? Renewable energy alone is not going to do it.
Well, that's the problem. Is it's going to cost more to manufacture the batteries, and the process of building the batteries is more expensive than it is to refine crude, and it's more harmful to the environment, because then you have to figure, and trust me, I'm not a tree hugger, but I mean it is. And then you look at it like it costs less to refine crude. And I live in Michigan, and electric cars are not feasible here by any stretch of the imagination.
Neither are they in Ohio.
No, it was 6 degrees below zero the other morning when I went out to take my kid to school. If I had a little, Joto electric car, I wouldn't be going anywhere. I'd be sitting there going, oh shit, where am I going to go? I couldn't do it.
Do the tree hugger sandal recycling cars not work in extreme cold?
No.
Nope.
Batteries.
Seriously, the general, regular ass people don't know that. Is that for real?
But they're not going to work in extreme heat either, because just last week, this has nothing to do with the extreme heat, but when California's having its rolling brownouts and blackouts, they're sitting there telling all the people with electric cars, please don't charge your car.
They do.
We can't handle it.
You're supposed to garage them. It's the reason that standard cars have cold cranking amps on their batteries. It's because the cold actually it sucks the charge out of it. And so that's part of the problem. And it's not just that he canceled Keystone XL within like 5 seconds of being in office. He also greenlit Nord Stream 2 to Germany in the same sentence.
Yes.
And we're importing 600,000 barrels a day from Russia. Like, in where Keystone XL was said to be proven to pump 860,000 barrels a day, and we could have easily sent that excess to Europe. Like, he literally hamstrung us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Those numbers actually seem a little bit low.
I want to highlight. I want to highlight Troy Pacelli's comment here because man, he brought up a hell of a point. Lithium batteries require strip mining of cobalt in Africa using actual slave labor. But I guess that's quote green energy.
But please tell me again how good it is that we we're so progressive here in the U.S. that we're staring down a problem that was already solved in the racial divide. For all accounts, I mean. We're a pretty progressive country overall before all the BS extra stuff that they try to throw in. So yeah, going to Troy's comment that they're using actual slave labor, everybody on the left would just turn their noses and be like, we see nothing. We see nothing. That's exactly what they would do. And everybody be like, oh my gosh, look, it's so good. They're doing so good with these batteries. Like,
well, you know what? Another thing too about that is they don't talk about the cost that this is actually going to put on the average person when those batteries go bad, because those lithium batteries are extremely expensive, and the average person is not going to be able to afford it. Number one, and then you have idiots like George Decay over there on Twitter telling people, "Oh, well, just suck it up, and you're going to have to do without, or you're going to have to suffer a little bit. You're going to have to pay more for this, that, and the other thing." While they don't have to pay it because they don't have to worry about it because they're swimming in money.
Yeah,
these guys don't.
Mansion in the goddamn hills, but he's going to sit there and tell people to suck it up. Yeah, get off me, dude.
Tell a single woman that's raising kids with $30,000 a year salary to go buy an $80,000 deal.
Yeah,
well, exactly. And it's all of these, it's all of our elites going out there who are perfectly capable of paying for all of this gas, telling the rest of us, no, it's fine for you to just waste all of your savings that you've been working for years to, improve your life, improve your family, improve your home. Just go ahead and waste all of that. We'll be fine, but you need to do it so we can look better, so we can have a cause that we can get on TV and spout off about, so we can keep our flailing careers going.
But see, the thing about the single parents or those who are destitute, down on their luck, is that is actually the plan of the government to make them dependent on federal services. So they have to do what they're told in order to continue to get that financial support. You will own nothing and you will be happy. As long as you do what we say, you're going to be fine.
Well, Laura, I think you hit on something really big there, because I know when my wife was out the other day, she went to go pick up something for my brother, because I have my brother staying. That's a whole different story. It don't matter. But she went to go out to the normal stores to go pick them up something. She couldn't, because most of them were closed down. Why? Because a lot of those people got so used to the government taking care of them that they don't even want to go out and work anymore.
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's that way. It's that way here, because I live. It's kind of like a resort area. So I mean, you've got your factories and stuff, but you've got a lot of menial type jobs. And most of these people here sitting back and collecting government subsidies. They get tax credits for their kids. I mean, you figure. A disabled child will net you anywhere from about $800 to $1,000 a month, depending on the level of disability through Social Security. Yeah. So, and I have a source, and so
family member, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So some of these people, especially around me in the area I'm in, use that as income. So the parents will just be bums. They'll take their kids. I see them in the store all the time, buying cases of Mountain Dew, garbage processed food shoving these kids full of processed madness, and they're living off their kids' money that should be going to help them with their needs and their disabilities, but the parents are spending it on themselves so they don't have to work, and that funds their drug habits and their gambling. And it's like Michigan has a gambling problem now. It's like, well, you advertise sports books every 5 minutes on the radio, and TV. So what do you expect?
Hold on, they have a gambling problem. They have a lead in the water problem. How's Flint, Michigan doing? How are they doing, by the way? Has anybody given a shit about them since it wasn't important for political
No.
purposes.
We don't. We have a Democrat governor now, so they swept that under the rug.
And that's been going on for like a decade too, hasn't it?
Oh no,
Almost
that's been
10
going. That's Flint has been run by the Democrats since the 1960s. That is their fault. They tried to blame a one-term Republican governor and Rick Snyder, who I didn't even vote for, and tried to blame him and then call me a racist because I'm like, wow. I was like, well, that's kind of a Flint problem. They kind of you ask their city council why they made the decisions they did with their water, and then I get called a bigot for it. And I'm like, please tell me more.
If you say anything that disagrees with someone who's trying to propagate the agenda,
Yep.
Dude,
Absolutely.
don't even be mad at them. They're just regurgitating shit that makes them feel superior.
Yep.
Pandemic may have created a whole nother generation of welfare.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Oh yeah. It did,
yes, it
for
did.
Sure.
It didn't only do that, it's tanked the world economy. And that I think that's part of the point, is because the whole entire world is living off of borrowed debt. It's every country. It's not just ours. China has such a fragile infrastructure that they're easily to be overcome if we made the right decisions, but we don't. And they're trying to actually make it to where there is a world currency. And what they're doing, like in Canada, with cutting people's bank accounts off, or even Visa and MasterCard now are actually cutting off bank cards in Russia for normal citizens, just saying, nope, you can't use this card anymore. It's declined at the grocery store. This is a real problem. This is intended to literally put people at the mercy of anybody who's in control.
How long until they? Oh yeah. And how long until they do that to, domestic foreign political dissidents? How long until they're having the wrong idea?
Biden was supposed to sign an executive order today. I've been really busy with my studio build. I don't know if he actually did that, but he was supposed to sign an executive order regulating cryptocurrency.
Yes.
Did he do that?
I seen that as well. I don't think he did yet, but I did see the article for it, and he was talking about it. So
yep,
right.
and you know exactly why they're doing that too,
right? Because they don't want people having freedom of choice where their money goes.
Nope.
Yep. But the thing about all of this, everything that's happening right now, is because of the central bank.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But people don't understand this. Like, people do not know the history of where this came from, of how all of these wars began, of how all these people are dying because someone over there wants some money.
Yep.
And countries need to be in debt, and people need to be in debt in order for the 13 families to get rich and stay rich.
Yep. 13 original families. Boom,
That's
where it starts. I want to cover RR's comment here. Our boy RR, always see him around, and he says, banning Russian oil hurts the West. China and Russia are happy to trade. If someone wants to abolish nations, kill oil, kill the dollar, and create a one world government, this is exactly how to do it. Yeah,
correct.
He's
correct.
spot on with that. Mehdi says, try living in Maine and heating a house right now. Yeah.
Yes.
It's I mean, this shit is crazy. And they are legit trying to tank the economy.
They're doing a pretty good job.
Yeah. I mean, you can see just the way that it's going. All of this falls in line. And I go back to the moment that really, I got awake, if you will. And that was back in 2009 when I started researching UN Agenda 21.
No kidding.
Yeah, that was the game changer for me.
Okay.
Because there's been a lot of people I've heard that were like, well, mine was 9/11. That was kind of sus to me and da-da-da. But for me, I quite honestly was when I started researching UN Agenda 21, and that changed the game for me forever. So I started just deep diving everything that I could. And when you see the plan, I mean, this is all according to that plan. The Great Sustainability Initiative, that's exactly what this is, to kill off fossil fuels. And that way they have control not only over energy, but also people's autonomy. You know, it's dark and it's sinister, man.
In order for them to install their one world government, they have to eradicate all of the independent choices that people make about things that make them a free people. And in order for them to do that, they have to dissolve constitutional law of different kinds of countries. With Canada, you saw what happened in Canada, right, Trudeau?
Well, yeah.
Like, fuck your rights. We're going to declare martial law, and if you're here, you're going to jail. Like that lady who organized the convoy, prison. Like, and she got released or whatever, but she was charged with some stuff, and I'm like, really? Yes, blue-eyed Ruth Korean, yes.
I don't know. The Constitution's been targeted for a long time. I mean, think about all of the states where you can't exercise your Second Amendment right. All of the cities.
Act.
Yep, Patriot Act completely removes it. Think about every time that you get into a vehicle, and you get pulled over by a cop, they can make up suspicion on the spot. They can say, "I detect
probable cause."
Probable cause. Thank you. They
trust
make
me.
that up on the spot for any reason. They use drug dogs, which I've done the research on them. The drug dogs outside of a fixed location, so somewhere like a vehicle outside of a fixed location, they have a 60% chance of actually having a positive hit, 40% false positive. That's a huge margin of them just being able to tear away your rights and search you unreasonably because a dog wants to get a treat.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You got a dollar bill on you, you probably got drugs on you.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
All the dollar bills are covered in stuff.
Well, I know.
What you talking about, man?
I know that.
Okay, I kill him for fun.
I know.
I tell you something. I tell you one time. You come to this country, you make the money. First you get the money, then you get a power. Then you get a power, you get the woman. Until then, Chico, you gotta make your own moves, man.
Etep, I told you never to fuck me, man. Never fuck me.
I thought I told you one time, Tony, you fucking little monkey, not to ever fuck me. I've seen that movie a million. That is like one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh man, but the thing is, these people aren't going to stop at one world government. They want one world religion too. I've extensively researched the Vatican II stuff. You pay attention to the patterns in the church, and I've told people many times, yes, I am a Catholic. I refuse to go to mass right now while Pope Francis is in charge of the church. There are Luciferians in our church. There are evil people in our own church as a Catholic. And I will not be on board with that. I do not support that. I know God does not support that. And, the thing is with seeing the Vatican II plan, I mean, yes, they want a one world church. They want a one world mosque. They want a one world synagogue, and then Pope Francis at the head of it all. I mean, that's idolatry. That is directly against the Bible because Pope Francis is not a deity. He is not a figure that can speak for every deified figure in history. I am sorry. So
don't say you're sorry. Don't say you're sorry. Don't apologize for that. You believe it because you think it's true, and it is true. There are Catholics all around the world, unlike our, resident in office who claims to be a Catholic, right? But we know that the money laundering has gone through the Vatican and back to the Vatican, which is where the money is being kept.
Yes.
Fuck that guy. And he for embarrassing Catholics everywhere worldwide.
Yeah, and he, the biggest thing is, Alura, he's absolutely fine with people killing babies. Doesn't care.
Yeah, that's directly
because the other fake Catholic, Nancy Pelosi.
Oh God! Okay. Wait, hang on. You mean wait? I've got Nancy. Nancy's actually here with me tonight. She's ready.
Hello, peasants. It's me, Nancy Pelosi. As you can see, I still have my Black History Month garb on tonight and my glass of whiskey. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to step over some poop on the sidewalks in San Francisco and get on my broom and fly back to the White House, where I put my hand up Joe's ass and make him say all kinds of crazy shit. Later, peasants.
Don't forget about dodging the needles.
Oh man.
And please take all you want from CVS and Target. That's not shoplifting. You're liberating goods by marginalized groups.
By people who need it.
Yeah.
No, we want to say what's up to. Hi, Janet.
Janet.
Godzillionaire says they want us all worshipping the science. Yeah, that too. They're junk science.
You're wrong. You're wrong. Don't worry. You're wrong. Science. I am the science.
You're wrong, Rand Paul. You're wrong.
Hey, Gap Stargate, what's up? Soul Assassin, what's going on, my friend? Tony Smith says you're a goddess.
Hi, Tony.
Yeah, my boy from Bounding Into Comics, the guy that is one of my colleagues, that would be Spencer. He's in the house. Fear the Drew. He says, "Hey, Spencer, great to see you." Keely Chow says JFK is rolling in his grave because he was Democrat and a Catholic. Yeah, he was a real Catholic, and this is a problem. They've infiltrated every single institution and turned it into a means of control instead of a means of choice. It's terrible what they're doing.
If you haven't already, go read Brave New World.
Yes.
It's from like the 1930s. And
yes.
basically it's a dystopian book before dystopian books happened. And it's all about this, controlling the population through drugs, through control of religion, through caste systems and
genetics,
how people are born, and genetics.
Yeah, they genetically manufactured different castes, and that it's really the inspiration for all of other dystopians. Fahrenheit 451, 1984, all of those.
RR brings up a great point. The global financial grifters pulling the strings. The transhumanism thing. They want to transform humans into silicon synthetic cyborgs. Their goal is to eliminate free will, turn humans into a commodity, and become cyberspace gods. And there's a large argument for that, RR, because the infrastructure they're putting in with this this metaverse nonsense and everything else. And Janet, that's a wonderful compliment. I'm sure.
I tell you what, Drew, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Screw your freedoms. Stop worrying about it. Get your jab. 26, 27, maybe 28 of them. Get in the chopper. Get it done. Stop worrying about it. You penny waste.
Don't forget, I am a big fan of Hitler. He was a great speaker.
Yeah, his dad was Arnie's dad was a brown shirt. I mean, come on.
I don't mean to be like a party pooper or anything, but like the free will is the soul of the human being. The soul of the human being comes from the guff upon the first breath of the baby. So when you get rid of free will, you're kind of killing the soul of the human being.
Yes.
And that makes it what? A soulless person, a shell of it, a shell of a living organism. Then who's in charge? If it's not the first person, who came down from the guff to inhabit the body. What is that?
Hey, our boy Brightest Day is here and says, and they started by changing your DNA so that you're no longer legally human. Therefore, you're exempt from human rights.
And then that person is patented. Mm-hmm. The blood of the individual after getting the shot is patented. I have information, Drew. I'm going to send that to you later.
Ivan Jimenez Guzman says he read that book you guys were referring to as a teenager.
It should be required reading.
Yeah,
I'm gonna need to read that. I've never read that. I need to read
instead
that
of forbidden reading, it should be required reading.
Keely Chow says 1984 and Fahrenheit 451 are warnings. If you haven't already, please read those books.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're talking about them like removing religion or wanting to create, a specific controlled religion. I think part of that is also by removing not just religion but spirituality from people. You're also removing morality from people. And when you have an immoral society, you have people worrying about very selfish and very, bodily things, and they're not worried about what's going on around them. And that's easier to control, easier to brainwash.
I do have, and that's a great point, Stephen. Thank you so much. I want to recognize Terminus here because it was funny. It was a conversation I had with Terminus Est, where he suggested he was the first person that told me I should go and check out this woman's awesome profile, and that she was a patriot. And that was when I checked out Alura's profile for the first time, and then reached out to her. And Terminus, thank you, my friend. I am very grateful.
I am too. Thank you, Terminus, for hooking me up with the show. Like, these people are awesome. We're actually going to plan a trip soon, so we can all get together and do a show together.
And and yeah, it is great. So Terminus, again, thank you so much. And we have Medi said that you are an AI construct at that point. Yeah, it's crazy. Awesome One says God breathed life through man's mouth. His breath and voice is life. Yes. It's crazy. Tony says, do you know that what is going on now is the exact plot of Horizon Zero Dawn? I'm convinced HCD2 developers were forced to dial the plot down for the sequel to not be on the nose. No, you got a point. Tony, we were just talking, I was talking with somebody about, the show that we did last week on NSPD 51. And, when we were talking about Director 51, well, guess what? That's the plot of a whole video game. That's The Division. Go play Tom Clancy's The Division. It's real. It's real. It's based off real history, real laws, real things. And, yeah, I mean, that's crazy. You're walking right into dystopia. Sure, it gets a little over the top, but, the Division is on point, man. And this is the thing. Predictive programming. We've had it back to the days when, a number of us in here were young, when we saw movies like Red Dawn and stuff like that. When we saw They Live with Roddy Piper.
Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, I know we've talked about this before, Drew, and I've talked about how I found all that paperwork in my dad's house is dating back to like the 80s and stuff like that, where they said that this shit first started when they were indoctrinating kids in schools and they were indoctrinating the new teachers to teach those kids and to proliferate the kind of nonsense that we're seeing today. This has been going on for a long freaking time because the Democrats were playing the long game. And the problem, I think, is people knew it was happening, but they always thought it was going to be somebody else's problem in the future, that it was that far off that they were going to see it actually get to the point that we're at right now. I don't think that they've really seen what was actually coming. I don't think they were really prepared for this end game that they're trying to finalize now.
Yeah, we let the universities go because we were too busy worrying about small tax cuts. And when that was the whole thing that the Republicans would run on, and you're letting everything else go out the back door while you're worried about making a tax cut go through because that's the only thing you run on.
Well, it's not even just that. We have at Twitter itself right now, there is an executive that has been there for 6 years who is a PsyOps soldier of the British Army, the 77th Brigade. Like, literally works at Twitter. I mean, it's not hard for they've infiltrated everything. Tech companies, schools, social, just the whole 9 yards. And they can easily, psychological warfare from a military perspective is going to break an everyday person. I was in the military. It is strategic. It is calculated. It is done for a purpose, but it's not supposed to be done to normal citizens. It's meant to do it to countries and leaders to destabilize. But they're using it actively on us. I mean, there's like a Newsweek article from 2019 confirming this.
Dude, have you ever watched the Shadowgate documentary with Millie Weaver, Ryan?
I don't think I have.
Yeah,
no.
if you've seen the documentary that Millie Weaver did,
Okay,
that's fucking amazing. But it proves that, you know, the government has been using, you know, clandestine ops, psyops and the like on us, you know, for years. We're talking the 3-letter agencies.
Well,
hey, there's
that's Mr. Spraggins, y'all.
Nice.
Thank you. Love you.
But
Well, I was going to say, Drew, that's probably one of the reasons why the government and a lot of these politicians are so quick to shut down people like Jesse Ventura, who was speaking some of the truth. I mean, you go back and you look at some of those old conspiracy shows. He was like dead balls accurate with the people he was interviewing about some of the shit that we're seeing right now, especially when it comes to the Coof bug.
Alex, here, I'm not saying I can or can't deny this, but
Alex Jones was saying this stuff in like the late 2000s, like early 2007, 8. That's like when I used to listen to InfoWars, was back then. And a lot of the stuff that he said is, wow, what do you know? It came true, but he's a tinfoil hat wearing. You know, Alex is into theatrics. I get
the freaking
that.
frogs gay.
The frogs are gay, you know, and yeah, he is. He's into theatrics, and I, as a showman, I appreciate that. But it's like he was right, and everybody they had to shut him up because it was like, oh, he's this weird this new term, this dangerous disinformation. You know, it's dangerous. It's a threat to our democracy. I'm bald. I shaved my head like pretty much 3/4 of the panel. Well, half anyway. Yeah, because Tommy shaved Brahma, and we've all got the same haircut. It's a good thing I'm a Jew and Drew's not a güero, or we'd be called racist. Anyway,
what are you trying
seriously though,
I'd be a racist.
I get called racist for everything anymore.
I'm married to a German.
Yeah, anybody want to take on American Phoenix's question here?
Oh, that's my buddy. That's Charlie. He's a truck driver, long haul driver.
Yeah, he said, do y'all think there will be a time that causes the people to snap and turn on the indoctrination?
Yes.
If so, what form do you think that will take?
Homeschooling.
Homeschooling, it's going to take a new generation. It's going to take every generation pushes back against their parents, and every generation rebels in their own way. And kind of the generation before, like the millennials where I am, they were more rebellious already. And they were also very patriotic.
Yeah.
At the same time, they had this weird dichotomy to where now with the millennials and like Gen Z, we're kind of in, close enough to each other to where our way of rebelling is being government stooges and, bending the knee. But once you get to another generation beyond us, they're going to rebel again by going more patriotic.
Well, you see, like my generation, the Gen Xers, so, and props to my Gen Xers here. We were just the fuck authority, period, generation.
Yeah.
Just
Generation X.
But we're also too small to do anything. The boomers overshadow us, and then the millennials and the zennials are so much bigger generations than Generation X, population-wise.
Yeah.
We're not too small to do anything. It takes one voice to reach one person, to reach another person, to reach other people. And when enough people get that message, then then the bad guys start to lose their power.
But to American Phoenix's question,
love that guy.
What would cause people to snap? If they come for the guns, I think that's what that's
That
what
would
would cause
be
people to
That would
snap
be it.
before you have a actual situation where diplomacy is going on between generations.
And
If they come for them, it's over.
And by the way, folks, if you haven't picked up a firearm before, probably now is the time to pick one up, learn, and stock up on ammo because
if you can find it.
People need to learn how to make it.
Yep, that's my dad does reloads, so we have that set up. For that.
Even that's getting expensive.
Oh
Also,
Jesus!
make sure
is
you
it
get
ever?
the training.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
If you're gonna have a firearm, you need to go through training.
Yes, please do, because it's not something to be messed with.
Is 5.56 expensive?
Yes.
Yes.
Pretty much
A,
is
expensive,
one
and
of the
B,
most
non-existent.
expensive.
Yeah, the
I'm
problem
not
isn't
worried
how
about it.
expensive it's can you find it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not worried about running out of shells on the regular guns because I got a whole bunch of cap and ball stuff that I can work with. There's not like shooting dirty lead at people, so
I could just see Tommy bare chested riding a horse yelling freedom with a musket. Just shooting off a freaking musket.
with a guinea pig on each shoulder.
Guinea pig, yeah. Tommy's got like it's like a bandolier of guinea pigs.
Yeah,
And Drew's got a built-in sledgehammer, so
I'm just drumming around picking a peg. Oh God, don't step on it. Let me pick that up. Hang on. I can make this into something. I'll hire somebody to do it.
Hail to my boy Nelson, the gentleman. What's up, brother? Thank you for being here. Ivan says, my family used the government money to buy our guns. Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
American Phoenix said, I price checked 5.56 earlier today. If you want cheap but reliable garbage, you can pick up 1,000 for under $400.
Better than it was a year ago.
Remember when the federal government picked up all that ammo? Remember they bought like a billion rounds?
You couldn't buy 9 mil for a
9mm. They snagged a lot of, was it the 5.56 and 2.23s like disappeared. I even have trouble finding because I just bought a little shorty 12 gauge for my wife, little toy, little home, something. Because my wife's tiny. I'm 6'3", she's 5'1". So I was looking at because I've got a few other little things around that, but I bought her a little 12 gauge. I'm like, here you go, and we load this. We go slug buck.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
But yeah, it's that was actually relatively I can't remember what brand. It's a nice brand, but the ammo for that still I can find. I'll pick up a boxer, 6 I think is the limit at most stores around where I am at one point. So I'll pick up a boxer 6, when I go out. I'm not having any trouble finding that. The 2.23 and 5.56 is a little pricier and more difficult to find, though.
John, you're absolutely right. I agree with you in every possible way.
I was gonna say this is a sage and wise comment right here. I had a friend of my dad's who said, when a major event happens, ask yourself 2 questions: why now, and who benefits? And that is absolutely, folks. When you ask questions, ask the right questions, and those are the very simple right questions. Brightest Day says he's got 3 boxes.
Right now, those questions are kind of easy to answer because we've shut down the pipelines, we've shut down onshore drilling. So why now? Well, it's a good time to go ahead and start a new war so we can stop paying attention to everything else they're doing, and also wars help for an incumbent to stay in office. But on top of that, it's benefiting big oil right now because we had a lot of independent people doing onshore drilling here in America, and that was money going into the pockets of smaller businesses. It was more spread out. So now big oil's getting all the big bucks from it.
Yeah. Brightest Day says try finding ammo for a 1916 Mauser.
Oh man, that's the 6mm too, isn't it?
Yeah. Hi, Don.
Yeah.
So guys, there's an elephant in the room that we haven't touched on yet. I don't know if we're saving it for later.
No,
we can touch elephants.
There is a big ass ugly elephant in the room that's wearing a tutu, and people are waving the flag on their lapels at the State of the Union address instead of wearing their own. Can we discuss this, please?
Oh, you want to talk about Ukraine, eh?
I kind of want to get the people who have one idea of what the media is telling them, the idea of what the reality actually is of what's happening right now.
Well, I can say this, and we showed this before we went live, and I want to pull up that clip again because that tweet is so relevant. It goes right along with what some of the stuff that you were sending me earlier today.
Oh yeah.
And this confirms it. I just need to go ahead and find the tweet again. Ooh. That's the thing.
Are you able to post links in the comments of the show, of the description of the show?
In the private chat, yeah, just click over to the private chat and you can post links in there. And you can, if you're logged into YouTube and you're actually watching the stream, if you're a mods can post the links publicly in YouTube chat.
I mean, I have it. I'm a techno idiot, you guys. I don't know how to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's ETEP. He's back.
Hey,
I got hijacked by some Iranians. They wanted my oil.
Nice.
I was like, I don't have any oil.
You sure it wasn't the Uranians? I heard they're on the prowl too.
Those dastardly Uranians.
Yeah, they came from Uranus apparently.
Half Ukrainian, half Iranian.
Joe, I think they were looking for your baby oil.
Look, you sons of bitches, just stand up.
Well,
I did a corn pop.
Thank you, Troy. Thank you. Yes, you are absolutely correct in every possible way. Yes, you are.
Yes.
And
but I want to share this video for everybody, and we'll go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and share this tweet that Ian Miles Chung put out. Don Jr. actually retweeted this too. This is if you guys have heard about the formerly secret biolab facilities, which by the way, they tried to debunk that theory, which turned out to be, a whole shit show in itself. But we had 15 biolab facilities, up to 15 biolab facilities in the Ukraine active. So those biolab facilities that weren't supposed to exist, well, check this out.
Of Russia, Ukraine has biological research facilities, which, in fact, we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach.
Okay. Oh, where were we?
Research
She admitted
materials.
It. And that was the undersecretary of state.
Orgain research.
Gain of function.
Gain of function research.
I'm about to say, yeah, they weren't doing gain of function, guys. Come on. I mean,
Yeah.
No. Well, you change the definition. It's real easy not to do it.
Yeah, it's
You're
really
wrong. We never use gain of function. You're wrong.
Well,
You're
you
lying.
see right here, Fauci, right here, it says in the white papers from the DOD that they stopped you from doing it for gain of function. Are you that dumb, Fauci?
You're being dishonest with yourself and with these other people. You need to wear 18 masks, vaccinate yourself in the balls, and jump off a bridge and sign everything over to me, Dr. Fauci.
So
buy my candles at drdeath.com.
Listen to your Lord and Savior, the wonderful Mr. Fauci. He's got your best interests at heart. Screw your freedoms.
You're wrong.
Go ahead, Alura.
All right.
Drew,
Go ahead, Alura.
that timeline that I sent you earlier,
Mm-hmm.
the timeline
Yeah.
that I sent you earlier, I don't want to scare the crap out of people, but if you would post that later after the show is done. So this started back in the information I have dates back to 2012. This is what I have. When Victor Pinchuk invited the Clintons to their home in the final year of her Secretary of State tenure. So what's happening in Ukraine is more than a decade old. At least. Their criminal oligarchy, what's happening there.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Probably goes back to the fall of the Soviets.
Well, yeah. In my God, it's funny, how Interpol is supposed to investigate all these international crimes. I mean, Jesus, the Ukraine has to be an international crime hub to end all. Because, I mean, you think about it. They are one of the capitals of human trafficking. Number one. Number two, you've got rampant money laundering.
Oh yeah.
Every major, like Clintons, Bidens, they're all put probably I'm sure the Bushes do too, have money going through there. They all do.
Yeah,
There's more Hunter Biden paintings in Ukraine per capita than any other country in the world.
Well, it's a former member of the Soviet Union. I mean, it's not hard to understand that it's going to be drastically and massively corrupt. It's I mean, everything the Soviet Union touched, before and after it collapsed, is just it's not the same. And that's all Putin's trying to do is reestablish the old Soviet Union because he wants that corruptness, to be able to spread like an infection.
Boom.
He
Troy,
wants legacy too.
Troy on point. Thank you, Troy.
Yep. As far as I'm concerned, we need to just let Ukraine and Russia let them duke it out over there. Keep it contained. Let them duke it out. Whatever happens, because you're either going to stand with Russia. You've got a KGB operative, a career. This dude is, and this is what I say. You can respect your enemies without agreeing with your enemies, and I respect why he's doing what the reasons he thinks he's doing it for in his head is he's a nationalist. But he's the wrong kind of nationalist.
Trump got in some trouble for saying just that.
Exactly. And that's the problem is I understand why he's saying it. And it's because to understand your enemy, you have to have a certain level of respect for them. Because if you totally disregard them, then you're shortchanging yourself and your own strategy. Exactly, you're a fool. Only a fool, doesn't pay any attention to what their enemy's doing. And we, and that's the thing. It's like Trump did. He's like, it's like I respect that because he's doing what he thinks is right. Obviously, it's not. But and then
Taking advantage of the weakling.
Exactly, and it's like Putin knows he could step in and crush them if he wanted to. He has to make it look. It's theatrics. It's theatrics because if he came in heavy-handed, boom, squashed him like that. We would have to respond. And he knows that we're waiting to get the other allies, Syria, China, Iran. Now we're crawling to Iran and Venezuela, of all countries, for freaking oil. Come on.
Horrendous.
There's another thing, too. No mention of the Azov battalion. And you know what the Azov battalion is. It's the fucking Nazis. Putin was right about that.
Yep.
They've got full-on Nazi battalions over there.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the Z unit?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about the Z unit.
You have the floor.
The special operations group of people that are going in, and they are in charge of the strategic strikes that are taking out these locations that are facilitating the criminal operations of that region. The Z unit, and people like JFK Jr. had like the tattoo on his arm, on his right arm, of the sword going through the Z.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look up the tattoo, if you go the tattoo Z unit, you will see it, and you will find the history of the Z unit. And this is an international group of people who, commit operations to rid nefarious, activities of said location. Like it's a thing. It's a serious thing.
Oh yeah, 100% believe that.
Well, are they actually getting rid of it, or are they just taking it over for themselves?
No. What's happening right now is this started with the biolabs because the biolabs were on the border, Ukraine, Russia. There were several of them, they were dispersed across the entire border, but then there were others in different areas of the country. So when Putin came forward and he said, we are going forward with strategic operation, I was like, yo, I know what's happening right now. He's taking all that shit out. He's going to get rid of all of that. Right. But the thing after they get rid of the biolabs is they have to get rid of the rest of the strongholds that the oligarchy is depending on in order for their New World Order operations to commence. Like they have to get rid of all of it. And they're all caught, like all of them. They're caught. The shit is recorded.
The only Z unit I know of is British Special Forces. Is that what we're talking about?
They're part of it. They're part of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I know of the British Special Forces version. I just, learning something new. So.
I mean, we all are. We learn something new every day, Ryan. I'm just saying, like, yeah, they're part of it.
Oh, absolutely. We learn something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
So trust me, there are listings for former U.S. Personnel to be extraction agents in Ukraine. Let's just say, pays very, very well, very, very, very well.
That's probably you're making defense contractor money there, private contractor money, which is
more than that. This is the highest I've ever seen.
Okay,
$1,000 to $2,000 a day to be an extraction agent.
Oh my god!
And no one ever knows about it. It's invisible.
I met a bunch of guys. I met a bunch of guys when I was in Jamaica that worked for Blackwater because I had actually just applied there at that point, and they were a couple of them were Chinook pilots, and then a bunch of them were just basically fucking mercs. And yeah, they were sitting there over drinks and telling me about the stuff that they did over there. I mean, I'm like, my dad's a non-vet, he's a Marine, and I'm just sitting there going like, holy shit, like they had no fucking oversight, no accountability. Most of the time it sounded like just basically like you're a cowboy at that point. Like
you're a ghost.
Yep.
You're a ghost.
A ghost.
Yep.
If I was 26 and not 36, you would probably bet that I would be applying, because even at 36 I was like, man, I could do that. I was like, I really should. I'm too old. I'm too old for that. I'm too
real life Ghost Recon.
I'm too tired for that.
Thank you for your service, Ryan.
No,
yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you, man.
It was my honor. It just there are things to skirt the lines because it's an American company, but you don't exist, and you would be running through borders, of countries, most likely through Romania, and you don't exist. It's about recon and it's about extractions into war-torn cities, and you're going to find resistance, and that's all that's all I'm going to say about the listing I saw. That's all I'll say.
Just remember, if Ryan Reynolds calls and asks you to be part of one of his Netflix extraction teams, you do it.
I'd be more privy to watch Chris Pratt.
Oh, I love Chris Pratt. I think he's great.
Yeah.
I think he's great because he's a genuine person.
Yes,
he's a genuine, not Hollywood type.
Yeah, and
and that's why they're always trying to cancel him.
Yeah, and I know this because and Spencer's here in the chat as well. The stuff that we write for Mounding, for Mounding in the comics, we've covered Chris Pratt plenty of times when they've tried to put these phony cancellation campaigns on him.
Really?
And it's just absolutely.
Yeah,
really?
Because it goes to a church that's supposedly
homophobic. Yeah,
it was just one pastor too. Like the head of the church, his church was like he said some wild stuff like 10 years ago. Yep. And the church, it's not even the actual philosophy of the church itself, and he's not even really there anymore. But we
didn't have a problem with the Reverend Wright.
Oh yeah, Jeremiah Wright. Right. He was fine. He was
coming home.
Yeah, oh God, I need to make a soundbite of that for my show. That needs to be a drop on my show. I gotta go though, Drew. I'm sorry to jet early.
It's all good.
Oh my
God. I'm supposed to run over there too. So
yep, I have to go talk about wrestling.
All right, well,
wrestling.
Let me go ahead and let you talk about where they can find you, and then we will do the same for Tommy. Go ahead.
All right. Hi, I'm Itepokuin of the Place to Be Reviews. I'm Itepokuin of the Place to Be Reviews. You can find me over Itepokuin's The Place to Be Reviews. I review Batwoman and I hate myself, but Batwoman's over, so now you can come watch me live stream. I did a great video today about Brandon Sanderson getting attempted canceling. Big shout out to Spencer McCooley over at Bounding. I heard Drew just mention him because I covered the article that he wrote this morning for my video. I gave you credit in it too, brother. So yeah, we put that on the put that in the video for you, man. I stream every Monday night, 8:35 Eastern. Monday night, going in raw, no protection needed or required. Wednesday night live on the Place to Be Reviews, 9 p.m. Eastern. Monday night, you can join the Four Horsemen, me, Tony, Vinny, and Red Gaze, and sometimes Chris Fisk over there. He's our JJ Dillon for Monday night going in raw, and Wednesday, the Place to Be Reviews live. Me and Tony have various guests on. Rotating panel every week. We play the quiz sensation, Sweeping the Nation, Do You Know Me? We have Holy Shit News and many more great features, a lot of fun. And I put out usually daily to semi-daily videos over on the channel. I've got Bel Air episode 6 review that'll be coming out. I've got a couple more reviews I'm working on. I'm gonna watch the 355 and shred that piece of garbage because I need something bad to watch. And yeah, that's about it. Until next time, I'll be back here next Tuesday. Right now, I'm headed over to my brother from another mother, my co-host, Tony Tone Deaf, over at the Clown World Review to review the Monday Night Wars. We are on the precipice. I got to go put my NWO gear on because we are right there at the birth of the NWO. We're talking about the Nitro, the 2 Nitros before, and Bash at the Beach when all was revealed. And yeah, that's where, and I just, one more cheap plug for my wrestling stable Team Ratings. That's where our this was our stable when I wrestled, and that's where the inspiration for the entire logo came from, was the NWO. So yeah, check us out if you want over there after Drew's stream. We'll be talking for a few hours about that. That's the Clown World Review, and thank you all, Alura. It was a pleasure getting to talk to you. The panel, hail everybody on here. You guys rock this chat, the best fucking chat on YouTube. I'm Itepokuin from the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all these. If I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow. I'll catch you on the next one. And remember, that's it. I usually have a bumper, but I'm gone.
That's like mid-sentence.
He used to wrestle?
Yeah. He used to wrestle.
I'm going to have to hit him up because I did too. I actually did an internship at WWE NXT.
He's still wrestling. He's actually wrestling with his ego right now.
We're gonna have to.
That's where I got my name Legion from, is because that's my wrestling name. I got photos from it when it was it transitioned from FCW into NXT.
We're gonna end up having, what's gonna happen is we're gonna end up having a YouTube event where we just end up having a big ass battle royal.
I did a lot of stunt work myself, but I did some professional fighting with a more interesting angle in my line of work. I'm saying.
By angles, you mean right camera
can
angles?
You elaborate? Because I only found out who you were just last night. So,
well, we'll say it's like different positions that they do, different moves.
Okay.
No, there's just less wardrobe involved in the professional fighting, but it was a matchup. But just different wardrobe.
Yeah, fair enough. When I wrestled, I wore stretchy spandex pants, so it's all good. Nice. Very classy. Very classy.
So we'll go over to Tommy, because I know Tommy's going to head over there too, because he's also on with Tony Tone Deaf. So Tommy, take it away, man. Tell people where they can find you. And thanks, brother, for being here and for everything you always do every week, man. It's awesome.
You know me. Hey, brother. I don't know what he was talking about. He's talking about the NWO. You don't got to worry about the NWO. You got to worry about the PWO, the Pig World Order, brother. We're going to be taking over, and we're going to be all over the airways, and we're going to be running the show from about 4 to 5 inches high. You watch what happens. Hey, everybody, what's going on? Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective here, nibbling off toast, the most hated guinea pig on YouTube. Of course, Mondays, you can always catch me going old school retro discussions at 6 p.m. where we get the panel together and we talk about those things that we love from the past so much. And, of course, Thursday Tuesdays with Vinny Art, we get together and we do collectible past. Once again, talking about the retro toys and the toys that inspired them that are being done right today. I'm going to be heading over there right now, and I'm going to be talking some wrestling with my good friends because I love that time and that age. That was when wrestling had actually hit its peak. That was when it was at its best, when there was actually real competition, something that's actually lost in, unfortunately, in that form of entertainment today. But remember, guys, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not watch, because your silence gives consent. Everybody in the chat, you're awesome. Keep on destroying this chat the way you do every single time. Make sure you share this out a little bit more, even when it ends, so somebody can catch it on the replay. Destroy that like button. Thank you to everybody that's been on the panel. Freeze Peach, Ryan, good to meet you. Laura, good to meet you as well. Pleasure.
You too, man.
And the guinea pigs are out. Take care, y'all.
All right. I'll see you, Tommy. Yeah. And then there were 5, and you know what we say to that is usually
spending $150 million on cocaine would make sense.
That's right.
I love Gary. He's so
Gary.
Yep.
He probably did spend about that much on cocaine, right?
That's deep shit, man. I don't know who he's
Gary,
to.
Gary has the wildest stories. I love listening to Gary's stories.
Yeah, he really does.
I mean, when I listen to some of his stories, as in comparison to some of my military stories, I just love it because I was like, wow, he saw a very different aspect of crazy stuff compared to what I've seen. I don't know. I love it hearing people's wild stories.
Do you know he used to have a comic book shop?
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
it's a joke, Ryan.
Or
he mentions it every show.
Or of course, we also have, the opinion of the Dicks Division.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Oh man, good old comics. I love that.
The Great Reset. I love it. I love listening to about that stuff.
Man. But I know it's closing in at 8:00. We usually go till about 8:15, and I am just absolutely over the moon that this show was awesome. Laura, I gotta say you fit like a glove. I mean, you just fit in. I
do that everywhere I go, man.
And you always have an open invite on this program.
Thank you.
Next time I know we'll probably get into a lot more because we try to cram a lot of information into a very finite period of time. So, that's the thing, folks. We try to do our best because I start around 6:45 Eastern. We go till about 8:15. Sometimes about 8:30, and it's just I try to get as much information out as possible. But the show's fun, and we have fun together, and that's what I think is what sets us apart from a lot of the shows that you find around the YouTube sphere and the internet in general, because we genuinely have fun together.
Can I give a shout out, Drew?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mean to be rude.
I would
like to give a shout out to all the long haul drivers who are doing the American thing right now, who are spending the gas money that is a little bit more difficult for everybody else these days, and for the digital soldiers, for the citizen journalists who are making shit real and available for everybody else.
Oh yeah. I got water, but I'll drink to that.
Hey, thank you for the long haul truck drivers.
Yeah.
Well, you said it, Laura. I mean, the people in the trucking industry, and the people, in the shipping industry, and Terminus. Thank you so much, Terminus. Tip $2. Appreciate it, man. They are the heartbeat of America.
Mm-hmm.
It really are. They're the heartbeat of North America, period. When you think of Canada, when you think of us, so absolutely. You're 100% right about that. And I know the last update that we've seen on the American trucker convoy. I know they've done a couple laps around DC. I know pretty soon they're fixing to just find a place to set up shop and do kind of set up that little festival setting like the other one had, and just kind of go from there. So keep an eye, folks, on those speeds. I think about when I was there, when I was in DC for the other thing in January of last year, and I kind of, I kind of would give my left arm if I could go to cover the trucker convoy now and be out there with those folks. But I'm out there with them in spirit. Obviously, first and foremost, priorities taking care of Mama Heretic, and thank you, by the way, folks, for your continued prayers, the well wishes for my mom. I took her to today. She actually had to get a cast on. She broke her hand in 2 places. She fell the other night. So, they patched her up, and, it comes first to take care of her, obviously. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye out on her. But man, would I love to be in DC? I would. But, I'm glad at least I could be here on the home front and still bringing you guys good info. I'm very happy to bring on guests like Alura. She has, folks, one of the most beautiful minds that I've encountered in a human being. She's absolutely, on point. She pays attention to what's going on. And I was super happy to have her on. And I hope that she becomes a regular fixture around here. I really do.
I would love to.
Awesome. And, Ryan, thank you for being here as well. So.
Yay!
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the invite from last night. So
yeah,
it's been a busy 36 hours. I was on a live stream with you last night, and then of course this one, and of course I'll be jumping off this one. And on 9 p.m. I'm doing my own interview about me. I've never been interviewed about.
Wait, where can we find that?
It's on Inside the Booth.
He's on with Tabitha and Dan.
Yeah, I'm on with Tabitha and Dan. They're frequently on my Saturday night show, which I call Saturday Night's Royal Rumble.
Oh!
Yeah, we talk about pop culture and stuff like that, and every once in a while we sprinkle in some other stuff. But
Drew, you gotta send me the link to that, man.
Yeah. Oh, I will. Absolutely, I will. I'll DM you the link to that. And all right, let me go around. Let everybody tell you where they can be found, and then we are going to get on out of here, folks. So we will start with Brahma Bull.
Hey, everybody, Brahma Bull from Brahma's Bullpen. I'm just kind of making the rounds on a few streams. I am with Drew on Tuesday and Thursday night most of the time. And hail to the chat, hail to Drew, hail to all of the panel. Good night. I think we had fun, got some information, and had a few good laughs. So great night. Nice to see y'all.
All right. And we'll go over to Free Speech Gaming. Mr. Steven.
Hey, everybody. You can find me here on YouTube, on Odyssey, and Rumble at right there. Am I pointing in the right spot? Right there. Free Speech Gaming. And this is my kitty, Miss Ash. I do a Monday night gaming stream. Usually around 9 o'clock. So I might be pushing that up a little bit so I can try and catch the Yelling at Parked Cars pre-show over on Shellback TJC's channel. I also do, I try to put out between 1 and 3 videos a week. I've been closer to 1 video a week right now. I got some other projects going on right now that I'll be releasing in the future when they get there. Yeah, I had a really fun time tonight. This was great. It was nice having you on here, Alura. I think you fit in really well with our cast here. You're really knowledgeable on what's going on with all of the crap in the world. I mean, you seem more knowledgeable than even some of the people on this show have been talking about and writing about this stuff for years.
Leave me out of this.
So yeah, I had another great show tonight. Another great time with the chat. You guys are going nuts in there. You're just everybody having a good time, having a good good day. So, yep. Looking forward to seeing everybody next week.
All right, and we'll go on over to Ryan, and he can drop his links. Ryan, what's your OnlyFans? Because I want to subscribe, and I want feet pics, dude.
Why do I feel like
pics in the
R2's
spandex?
Why do I feel like R2's behind that? My main channel is Legion Games 2076. I do gaming content over there, and ironically, it turned into also a Eurovision reaction channel. My secondary channel is for pop culture. It is Legion Talk, and my political channel is Legion Wire. I will follow everyone on Twitter after all of this because it was great to meet everybody. That is Legion Games 2076 at Twitter. And I will be on Inside the Booth with Dan and Tabitha at 9 p.m. just in less than an hour.
Yeah, and brother, it was great having you on here with me. It's like I just like I figured you would be a natural fit. And of course, last but certainly not least, the guest of honor, the awesome one, and that be Miss Alura Jenson. Thank you so much for being here again. You are amazing, my friend. You are amazing.
Thank you. It was actually it was really good to step aside. Excuse me, down the wrong pipe. It was really good to step outside of my occupation for a living, which makes it difficult for me to provide the public with a thought process, which might actually be contributive. But I don't do this for money, so I'm not going to give you some bullshit links where you can find my stuff, because all you have to do is look for my name. But I'm not going to do that. So I encourage you all to use DuckDuckGo when you have questions about anything that we say, because Google censors information. So DuckDuckGo, type in keywords, and that's how you start the rabbit hole.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you got people saying, oh, I'd love for you to start a YouTube channel, says Keely Chow.
I'm banned from YouTube.
but the thing is, that is so wonderful is, again, your mind, your discernment, the ability, to really understand what's going on. And, as I said, you've got an open invite anytime. You fit like a glove with us. And, to us, you are not, adult film star. You come out here and you are Alura the Patriot.
I'm a human being with an interesting job. That's all I am.
Exactly.
Just like one of you, I have a family, I have a business, I have a home, I have a future, and I want all of that to be safe and well, just like everyone else in your audience. So I have an interest in making sure that happens.
Yeah, and we absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us.
You guys are so fun. I need to come to Ohio.
Yeah, I would absolutely love that for sure. So,
but only if everybody else is going to be there. You guys going to fly?
yeah.
I'm a ways away.
RR says, "Sharp lady. Hope she comes back." Yes, absolutely, RR. She is.
Is everyone in Ohio but me?
No,
I'm in Colorado.
No. I'm in Georgia.
Brahma's up in Colorado. Steven's in Georgia.
I was raised in Colorado, but I'm living in Florida, the good old state of Florida.
Oh, yeah, you're
free
like
land.
Dude.
Yeah.
You're in the free area.
In the free
gators
area.
and meth, and you can carry guns to deal with the gators and meth heads.
There you go.
Yeah, we wrestle gators down here and put them in trash cans.
I will bring up something because I am kind of flirting with the idea of a meetup, and because I live right next to a great amusement park and resort area, here in Sandusky, we have Cedar Point, which Sandusky's probably about 25 miles to my west. So, maybe a meetup and do something at Cedar Point would be in the cards. So we'll see. We'll see what the logistics of that looks like. Maybe pick up some tickets to Cedar Point on a group rate and go meet up there and just do all kind of fun stuff together. So
that'd be so great. I would love to do that. I've been wanting to travel. Hopefully the airlines get rid of the mask mandate because, well, fuck that.
Well, it makes no sense. It makes no sense at this point because we have we have everything going away, but yet the airlines are still playing this ridiculous charade. So
I just take a gigantic bag of goldfish and sit there and
just slowly eat.
Yeah,
slowly eat.
That's why these things are handy, you guys. Yeah.
Well,
that's
now
a whole other show, you guys.
Yeah, I'd about to say now there's videos of people getting yelled at for not putting the mask up while you're chewing
between bites. Yeah, and
that's a whole other show.
Didn't they also ban the mesh masks recently? Because a lot of people were wearing those. You can basically just see straight through them.
Where did you find that?
I believe just on the internet.
Hot topic.
I think
yeah.
I think there's a website called barelycompliant.com and it does it. Yeah. Yeah.
Barely legal. But
yeah, it's literally called barelycompliant.com. You can probably DuckDuckGo or Google it. But yeah, it's supposed to be, you're not supposed to be able to tell that it's like mesh. It looks real. But I guess, I don't know, after the incident on JetBlue, don't buy a Let's Go Brandon mask because we get kicked off an airplane.
Oh, yeah. Well, they are JetBlue. I mean,
no, it's literally on Twitter today. This dude changed his mask, put on a standard medical one, and they still made him leave. That's not a joke.
Jeez.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah, he had a Let's Go Brandon mask on. One of the flight attendants got upset, and it was on Twitter today. So he took the mask off, put on a standard surgical one, and they still told him to leave the airplane.
Why?
It's a great question.
Wrong think. Committing wrong thing.
Agitating a flight attendant.
Yeah, 1984, all up in your ass.
Oh yeah.
I guarantee JetBlue's getting sued.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a lawsuit.
JetBlue.
Yeah. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. But again, thank you so much, chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to everyone that was here. You guys in the chat were awesome. And listen, folks, you are why we do this because without you, there is no content creator. You, the audience, are the backbone of what we do. And I know from my perspective, I've loved doing this show every week to, bring us good information, to continue to fight that fight in this war of information that's out there. Because, if we're not armed with knowledge, then we're not armed. So just remember that, folks. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We love you. Thank you also as well to the panel. I love you guys so much. And we will see you next week. My guest is going to be super fun. She is also a friend of mine that I made on Twitter Spaces. She goes by the handle Frantic Missy. I want to make sure I get permission from her to use her, her name. So I'm not going to drop that yet, but she will be our guest next week. She's going to be really awesome. So, that's great. We keep getting like kick-ass women every week. I'm not going to complain about that. So until next week, again, like I said, folks, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We love you. See ya. Bye.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye. See ya.
They think it's right to murder. They want to murder. Look at all the people, and they get a kick out of it. A sexual kick out of it. The whole thing, I think it's sick. 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 The whole thing, I think it's sick.